Good evening, everyone. I'm Katie Moore.
And I'm Sharice Gibson. Activists in Duncan Plaza today demanded the defunding of New Orleans police and reallocating those funds.
Yeah, meanwhile, the police chief was in the hot seat at a city council meeting today. Devin Bartolotta takes a closer look at all of it.
When I say defund, you say police. Defund! Police. Defund! Police.
On the steps of New Orleans City Hall Thursday, activists demanded a drastic cut in the police budget.
2/3 of our budget goes to what the city deems as public safety, which is over-policing our residents, which is over-policing Black bodies. And we can't stand for that anymore.
The Defund NOPD rally stood to present radical ideas for a post-police future and the dismantling of systems some believe just don't work.
So if we defund and divest police, the question is always, what are we going to have? I know that I remember my grandparents talking about how community took care of community. So prior to policing happening, community took care of community.
At the same moment, inside City Hall, more than 1,000 public comments poured into a meeting of the City Council's Criminal Justice Committee.
I've got deep concerns and a number of questions.
Councilman Jason Williams grilled Police Chief Sean Ferguson on the use of tear gas and rubber bullets on protesters last week. But Ferguson defended NOPD's reforms over the last 7 years.
We're leading the nation in 21st century policing, constitutional policing at that.
Some are calling for a total dissolution of the NOPD, but at its first step, the defund movement wants care, not cops, a smaller budget for the police department, and reallocation of funds to things like schools and housing.
We can't just be fighting to tear down these systems of brutality. We have to be fighting to replace them with something better. We have to be fighting to replace these evil systems with a new economy that is going to work for everybody in Louisiana.
In New Orleans, Devin Bartolotta, Eyewitness News.